Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're in the middle of spring seeding, so big buds are rolling. Got a lot of work to do ahead of us, so let's get to it. But first, just want to say this video is sponsored by Sundays for Dogs, dog food. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's get to the field. All right, well, I believe I got all those turnbuckles, or whatever you call them, swivels, adjustment on the drill loosened up. I had to cut one of the torch, and it was a bear, but I got it. So we're putting some product in the drill. We'll get it calibrated. I can't set the level in the ground, the depth, without really having product, because you just really don't know where it's setting it. That way we can dig in the ground and be like, okay, there's the fertilizer, it's this tall, or this deep in the ground. So we're gonna put product in. LegArms is back. Still not feeling very good, but he's gonna sit in the tractor today. It's beautiful weather, so hopefully get spraying soon. But that's how we're sitting. So we're gonna get this filled up, get it leveled, and get going. The other drill's running with Brandon. Mr. Brandon's running, so we're good. We went to fill the cart up, and the cart won't talk to the tractor, and it keeps blowing a fuse. So we're trying to isolate where the short is. Worked in the field, drove to the farm, parked it. A couple days later, started up, fuse keeps blowing. So we don't know. But we're trying to diagnose it. But this is such a beautiful day, and I only got this day to spray before the wind picks up for the next few days. So I'm gonna keep spraying. They'll keep tinkering with it. We'll see if we get that cart going. But yeah, that's a bummer. It worked. It was working fine. I'm gonna park it. There was a little bit of snow. That's why we kind of think maybe some moisture got somewhere and got into something. But I mean, it was only like a ½ inch of snow, just a dusting. I don't know. Let's go spray. I just sprayed a load out, just got back, topped off, LegArms walked over, and they found the problem. It was the low tank level sensor in the bottom of the tank. It's a 5-pin plug, and something's wrong with it. Possibly, I don't know, a little moisture from that snow, who knows, but we unplugged it. Besides a little alarm going off saying, hey, there's no sensor detected, we're able to seed, so that's fine. We don't need that sensor. It's not a big deal. We'll replace it after the season, but at least now we got a working air cart, so they'll get it calibrated and figured out. I'm gonna spray slow out, then I'll get back, and then we'll level that thing and get her going. So let's roll.
Well, hey guys, it's been a while. Let's just say that I got the flu and kicked my butt and wasn't doing great, wasn't eating a whole lot of food, coughing like nobody's business, and feeling super sick, bedridden for a couple days. And then it kind of wasn't getting better for about a week. Throughout that week, I sat in the tractor, planted peas, and then we got that snowstorm, so I sat back for a little bit to relax. It wasn't getting any better, so I went to the hospital. And come to find out, I have bronchitis and also pneumonia. So I'm out of breath, guys. I'm struggling. Crawling up and down ladders is brutal. But I've got antibiotics, I've got some other stuff that they want to cram down me, and I'm doing better, but I can sit in a tractor. So we had some hiccups with this cart, found out it was blowing a fuse, found out what it was, and then it's all full of product. I'm gonna head up north, and then Nick and Dad are gonna come over and help me set the depth, because I'm struggling. I'm having a hard time trying to move around, so. But I can sit in a tractor. I can do that. I just feel bad because Nick and Dad have been pushing their weight around here pretty good, and I haven't really been helping out a whole lot, but they understand that this is just a bad deal for bad timing. So anyways, enough about me. We're getting back at it. This is the first time I'm going to start planting spring wheat, and they've probably got about 400 or 500 acres already planted, and hopefully I can boost that number up a little bit. You know, it's amazing having 2 rigs, because if one goes down, at least you got another one going. Or if an operator goes down, hopefully have another operator. But yeah, we're doing well. Sure made it nice having a lot of winter wheat in last fall. Otherwise, we'd be sweating bullets trying to get everything in, and I'd probably move my bed into this cab and then just sleep in here and drive in here, you know, those kind of things. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna get there slowly. Very slowly. Let him get there.
All right, quick stop back in the office, and I got my little buddy here. What do you think? Maverick, huh? What do you think? This is Maverick. He's an American Brittany. He's a little over a year old, and his favorite resting spot for that paw is my knee. And Maverick here, he loves to run. He's a hunting dog by breed, and he has to find every gopher hole on the farm and stick his head down it. And he runs and runs and runs and runs all day, nonstop. And it is hard to put pounds on this dog because he burns so many calories, and he'll take off for like half the day and come back just starving. His little buddy, LegArms dog, that's Howie, the black lab. They'll join up, he'll run over, pick him up, and then they'll go on an adventure together. And at first I was like, well, I probably better go get him. And anymore I've realized they just come back. Usually their belly tells them to come back. But that's Maverick's little adventure. So how do we get pounds on him? Sundays is 91% beef, meat, and organs. It's made with human-grade ingredients, and there's no synthetics or preservatives. So with all those calories being burnt, taking care of all the varmints on our farm, we're feeding him Sundays to help put some weight on him, keep him energetic, keep him healthy, keep him running. So give your dog some Sundays and watch them fall in love. And you can get 50% off your first order if you head to sundaysfordogs.com/welkerfarms or use our promo code welkerfarms at checkout. I suppose we need a drink after all that. All right, ready to go back to the field? Let's go. All right, back out in the field. He's gonna start. So I don't know how it's set. I loosened a bunch of stuff up, so it could be way off, but we're gonna run a little bit of seed fertilizer on the ground. We're just gonna do a quick test here. He's just gonna go forward a few feet. We'll stop. I see obviously I do not have it set low enough. It's just on the surface here, so I gotta readjust that. Make sure he sees me. Okay, yeah, he saw me. Okay, we just ran another pass. This looks a lot better, depth-wise. So there's a front shank. Here's a rear shank. Let's see what we can find here. I saw one right there. That's the base. I can feel the bottom right there. I don't think he's got the right, oh, right there. There's the fertilizer. Fertilizer and seed right there. That's a little deep. Now let's see, with front shank, this is how we know if we're set. So the rear is definitely deeper than the front on these two. I'll keep checking. All right, let's see here. Let's get our Chinese crescent wrench that I've been abusing brutally lately, and it's been holding up. Sometimes you win. To raise the back of the press wheels up over here, I have got to extend this out, which will push this down, which will push that down, which will lift the back up. So let's see if I can turn this thing a few turns. It's still not great, but it's got weight on it right now, so we'll see if I'll be able to do this. But no, I think I can get it a couple turns here. It's turning a lot better than it was before. All right, let's try that. All right, I went through the whole thing, did a couple turns across. He's gonna go forward, and we will see how we're sitting. And then once we get them leveled front and back, then we gotta try to level the left side and the right side. All right, there's a rear and a front. A little deep for wheat, but compared to this side, they're really similar. Judging from the depth on these two, those are really close. So this side's seeding too deep, but our level, I think, is pretty close to being right. Definitely deep there. Try this one. Okay, well that shank is a little lower than this one, not much though. Yeah, this one really digs. That could be a bent shank. I think that one shank's bent. Yeah, these two are pretty close. All right, so the first gang, I guess you could call it, we like. And when we like, I'll turn the nut in and I'll tighten the jam nut up. Oh, there's those bad threads. I'll have to go through this with this thing. There we go. Okay, that's tight.
Right here, Nick?
Yeah.
I That's a back and that's a front.
Those look pretty close.
They look almost identical.
Let's try a back and front right here. Okay, the front, or the back's a little deeper on this one than the front.
You can feel it right there.
That one's shallow compared to, this one's a little deeper. Huh. So I think the center's pretty level. I think we're gonna call it. There's a couple shanks, I just don't think they're true. Some are probably bent a little bit, but we'll lock that one up. That one we're gonna try one more time. Lock that one up. We'll find out these two in a second here. All right, he's gonna give it another run. Just two, that one, and the very end one. I didn't tighten the jam nut because we're just gonna see what they look like. Now if we like it, I'll tighten those two up, and then now we're gonna start looking at this whole side compared to that whole side, because I know this drill was off. It was seeding shallower on one side than the other because they're separate. So there's adjustment for that too. And we get it all dialed in, then we just don't mess with it for the next 50,000 acres, right? Exactly. Okay, we got that leveled. So now I'm gonna drop the right side wing down a little bit because it's a little high compared to, I should say the right side is high. I gotta raise it up, drop the left down. And how we do that is that piece right there. These hoe drills are kind of archaic to today's standards, but they are cheap to run, and that's why we run them. Oh, there goes my tool. Oh, that tire's had a rock rub on it. Cords are showing on that tire. That's not gonna last long. I'll show you guys that in a minute. Now, I gotta think this through. If I lengthen this, that should lift up on the rock shaft on that end. We should lift that whole side up, and that's what I need. So I need this to lengthen, so that tightens it. I'll go this way with it. There we go. Here's that tire I was telling you about. I don't know if you can see that. That's how it's supposed to look. That's how it's not supposed to look, but it's holding air. So we'll run it until it blows. Except for that's in a spot where you won't be able to see it. Which means we're going down the road and it blows, it's gonna destroy a rim, which is gonna cost a lot more than a tire. So do you change the tire? Probably should. I just won't tell anyone about it except for you guys. All right, let's let them go forward. So that should have raised this up, which in essence, the downside of everything we just did is it'll lift the front up a little bit and the back won't. But I left these a little lower in the back, or sorry, a little higher in the back here, so my hope is that it just works out. We're looking pretty even across the whole thing. I kind of feel like this section here is a little shallower than the end and all that over there, so I might be able to adjust that. We'll see. Well, after like 3 hours, something like that, we like what we see. Turns out really good. Tire tracks are a little shallower. It's typical. Ground's harder. Penetration's not as good. Rest of the drill though, honestly, overall is within a quarter to half inch variance, and that's doing great. So we got in the moisture zone. LegArms is gonna park the tractor. He's not feeling great again, so we're gonna take him home. I'm gonna try to go spray a load out tonight. Oh, look at that sun. That's pretty. Squirrel, sorry. I do that sometimes. I'm gonna hopefully go spray a load out again tonight while the weather's just gorgeous. And yeah, it's happening. Yeah. I can't wait to be done though. Gonna get Dad too, he's shutting down as well.
Come here.
And Kobe, he's there too.
All right. Well, good morning. We got a good day, beautiful weather, but another weather event is coming in. It's gonna stop us for today. So, got Brandon running the drill. All right. And we're putting fertilizer in right now. Loving the haul. It's been easy. Just run truck. Plenty of product to fill both drills when we need to. And just making it simpler. And then with electric gates, he can shut it off when he wants to. I can just stand down here and look on. And with him, maybe we take the odd couple. Right? Just say yes. Yeah, just say yes. All right, good enough.
amazing what a paycheck will do. Just got a little bit of acres up here to see where this is our farthest north. From the farm, it's probably 7 miles, I suppose. Maybe a little longer by road. And then we go, after we finish this area, we probably, sometime a little later this afternoon, we'll head over to Adventureland, which is across I-15, the interstate that intersects a part of our farm from Canada down to actually LA. The I-15 goes all the way to LA. So, but beautiful, no wind. I mean, it's amazing. We keep leaning and we don't have to. All right, just about got it full, and then I'm gonna take it back, fill this up again, and then I'm gonna do some more shuttling. Unless you guys wanna do it. All right, later.
Got a little friend here. Hi, Raleigh. Can you wave? Got a little friend here in the cab. Are you my buddy? Are you my buddy? No. No. Oh. I thought he was my buddy. He said no. Okay. Alright, well, we'll try again later.